Hey there friends, it's Michelle here. If you're looking on improving your garden, then journaling is one of the best habits you can get started on. Today I will share with you 6 reasons why journaling will help you have healthier plants, it'll save you time and money, and you will enjoy your gardening experience so much more. Keeping track in a garden journal is an opportunity to record your wins and your oopsies. Here is my first garden journal, and it was super fun reflecting back on the things that I did in that month on that day. And it wasn't always in the garden, it could have been when I was on a run I would make note, or things that happened in the family, and of course tracking the weather. So it's super helpful, and your future self will thank you. The second reason is the weather. Tracking the weather is super helpful. Keeping track of our frost dates, if there's like storms rolling in, super high humidity, sun, our plants might need shade cloths, or they might need extra watering. All these are very helpful, and this is an opportunity for us to see reoccurring patterns so we can be thoughtful on our planning. The third reason is figuring out the right plant in the right place. Not all plants get along with their neighbors. They're not much different than us, and some do better than others, and some don't mix at all. Documenting which plants you put together will really be helpful for the following season, and this will help you have more success with your harvest. Also, this is an opportunity to make note of which plants attracted the pollinators. I love hummingbirds, and I've put special attention to understanding which plants they are attracted to, and I've been trying to incorporate more of those into the garden. The fourth reason is to pay attention to the seeds that you've bought and the plants you brought home. If you're like me, when I go into the garden center, I get pretty excited about all the different plants and all the seeds I'm going to put in. And with this, sometimes I am overwhelmed. I want to make sure that I get the plants that I would like. Without a plan, you tend to overbuy and underestimate the time it takes to get these all planted. The fifth reason is pest control. No gardener likes any pests in their garden. Making note of these critters that decide to visit our gardens, we can maybe stay ahead of the game. In my garden, I struggle with slugs. They tend to hide, and they're under the leaves and so on. And I've got a hold on it by putting out slug bait and being able to keep it under control. If you're enjoying this video and you find it useful, please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and I will share with you how I keep consistent with my journaling. Firstly, I wanted to share with you my first garden journal that I had for several years. I had a gardener helping me in the yard. I would scratch some details into it, and I would save pieces of paper and receipts and make notes and so forth. And I would start recording throughout the years and the months what I was doing. And it was because of this journal, and I was pretty consistent on the days I was in the yard, and then I had pretty much maximized this. I didn't realize it would be so useful. So in 2023, I started this new garden journal. It has your gardening purchases, which I have diligently been starting to record. And I think this is great reference to see what the costs of things are and if it actually is a good deal. There's your perennial inventory. It's always nice to keep track of what we have growing in our yard, which I've started doing, and I'm gonna do more so. There's a bulb planting guide, and then of course they got from month to month, and I think it's super helpful being able to look back the following year of what I did. It's fun to look ahead, and see what I have coming up. Because there's definitely times in the year that are busier than others, and it just reminds you of how much fun you've had too, because it is a journey. And just like running, my garden is also my marathon. I would recommend you get yourself a garden journal, and as I said, I will put the link below if you're interested in this one. The secret to my success of being consistent writing in my garden journal has been keeping it on our coffee table. There is a book called The Atomic Habits written by James Clear, and he talks about how when there's friction, we tend not to follow through with the habits that we're trying to achieve. The friction was out of sight, out of mind. So I discovered keeping my garden journal on the coffee table when in the evenings we would sit and relax. This was a perfect reminder for me to track my garden progress. So this has been a perfect solution. So maybe you could give this a try. Maybe it'll work for you.